everybody. I'm here with my client Dylan today. Dylan's working in the mentorship for the last 6.5, 7 months now, and he's managed to scale his business to a very, very good point. Dylan, in your own words, can you briefly describe your business, what your business is, and what you do?
Yep, so I am a full-time now online coach. I help both male and female over the age of 21 basically lose weight while still enjoying their favorite foods.
Unreal, man. Best job in the world.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure. Sweet, bro. Can you share where you were at before you started working with myself and now where you're at since you started working with myself, bro?
Yeah, so before I initially started, obviously with you guys, I was on the gym floor. I had been on the gym floor for maybe 2 to 3 years,
Mhm.
and I always thought about the online, but I never really actually did it and didn't know where to start. So I was working 30, 40 plus hours a week, one-to-one personal training, but that was it, capped. I couldn't take on anyone more because you'd only certain amount of hours in the week. And I was at a stage where I wanted a change, essentially. So when I first obviously reached out to you, it was a complete eye opener, put it that way. Now I had been in mentorship groups and stuff before, but nothing seemed to work. Whereas fast forward to 6 months now, I am fully online, earning 3 times the amount that I used to earn on the gym floor, and live life on my own terms now. It's great.
Love it, brother. Love it. And again, I feel I could help you so much, my man, is because obviously, as we spoke about many times before, I was in the exact same position as you as
Yeah.
well. Before I started in the online coach and wondering how I could do it, but it's great to hear that you got there, my man. In terms of before you started, my man, like what were the main challenges you faced when trying to grow your online business?
Probably just having that support and the accountability, and not having sort of a set plan in place. From when I was doing it, everything was just winging it, trying to get people online, trying to give them the best, sort of program that they could possibly have, and there was no what was next. There was no, people coming into my business. It was just what I had was what I kept, and I couldn't seem to get any bigger and better, basically, put it that way.
Yeah, just no real strategy in place to get
Yeah,
leads in and keep growing and growing. 100%. So, based what you're saying there was just through trial and error, you were kind of guessing what was next.
yeah.
Okay, perfect, bro. Perfect. And in your own words, about how has your business changed since working with us?
Yeah, it's been crazy. So obviously now I am obviously, as I said, fully online. So I work like 3 hours a day compared to working 12-hour days. Business wise, so I now have my own app as well, which has been a plus. But
Yeah,
just basically being able to wake up in the morning and not have to go to work, if you want to
yeah,
put it that way. Be able to live life on my own terms and now earn triple the money, which is crazy. To think
yeah.
of where I was whenever I first started personal training to where I am now, business has went bigger and better, and I've now the most people that I've ever trained and coached.
Real man. As you said there, that like you're making 3 times as much, but probably working 3 times less.
Yes, yeah.
So that's growth, man. That's growth for sure. And in terms of like the time commitment required, bro, were you surprised by the time you had to put in, or was it less time than you thought you'd have to put into it?
Well, at the start, I put everything and everything I had, I put into it, and I made sure that, so obviously when I came on board, you were locked in for 6 months, and I
Yeah,
think that is a minimum time frame for anybody, and it's perfect because
hundred-
if if I when I was with previous mentors, it was maybe a couple of months and I hadn't seen any sort of growth, so just give up.
yeah,
Whereas with this time, I knew it was 6 months and knew you had to put in the work essentially to get what I wanted, but time wise, I'm the type of person that has to have everything done in one day.
mhm,
So for me, it was like 2 days of work a week, really, and everything was done. Whereas now you could space it out across the week, which I now do now because I'm not on the gym floor and it puts my week in. But maximum 2 days if I really went at it. But overall, though, time wise, it's probably actually been less time compared to when I was on the gym floor because
yeah,
it's 40 hours a week and you've no time to do anything else, put it that way.
for sure, bro. That's what I always say to coaches starting out is like it might be hard to start when you're balancing, let's say, a PT or a job and trying to go the online. You're working basically 2 jobs at once,
Yeah.
but then when you get that free time back, you have so much more time then to yourself. Like even with you, I remember we had a conversation when you did go fully online, like how do I spend my time now? I'm not working
Yeah,
like
of course.
a day.
Yeah.
And that was the exact same thing with me, bro, because I was went from working like 40, 50 hours on the gym floor to, I was coaching way more clients, but obviously the online's a lot more efficient. So I was like, what do I do with my time? You have a lot more free time, a lot more time to actually focus on the business then and move the needle forward, which is good.
Yeah.
Sweet, bro. Sweet. And based on your results so far, Dylan, where do you see your business now in the next, let's say, 3 to 6 months?
Yeah, so obviously before I started with you, my end goal was to basically be in Spain and run a successful business that brought in the same type of money basically every month. So I would say within the next 3 to 6 months, I'd be aiming for 10K months consecutively and living life in Spain.
For sure, brother. For sure. So like even with you now, like I think you had like 2 online clients you started with us, didn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe what do you do, like nearly 6.5K last month. So it's very, very good growth, but you're doing it the right way. As you said there, there's a lot of people who are so caught up in fast cash, they want it now and they want it within a month. And what I always say to people, even like you're very similar to me. Like you busted your balls on the gym floor for many years, you earned your stripes, and then when you got the strategy for the online, it just all took off you. Obviously,
it takes time. Yeah, it's not, it's not going to happen overnight. And at the very start, I was going, this is great. This is going to happen within a month. Everything's going to be great. And once you sort of get out of that and realize, okay, it's not going to happen in a month, and you focus on long term, it comes a lot. It's actually more enjoyable because you're not stressing as much, put it that way. And whenever you do hit that big figure then at the end of the month and you do start to grow, you're like, the work that I did 4 months ago is finally paying off.
For sure, bro. For sure. 100%, man. And if I was to ask you then, Dylan, like what surprised you about the mentorship, and did you have any doubts before starting?
Yeah, a lot of doubts. Obviously, I had been on many mentorships before, and I was thinking, was this the same shit again? Was this a scam? Was I not going to get anything from this? And that was probably my main doubt, was the likes of money aspect. Throwing a lot of money at something for hopefully that it works, but it's been the best decision that I've probably made, put it that way. Obviously, going through past mentors and stuff before, you didn't get the same interaction obviously as what I've got with you. It's daily, it's constant, and you're always on the ball basically, put it that way. But it helps in a way because it keeps me on track as well. When somebody's constantly in your ear, constantly thriving, wanting you to do well, you're going to do well, put it that way.
For sure, brother. For sure. So yeah, that's the thing with a lot of mentorships these days. Unfortunately, it's a lot of false promises, but that's one thing we'll never do, and thankfully I proved that to you as well, because you actually turned me down the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, I turned you down the first time.
And then you came back, thankfully. So delighted, man. And if I was asking you then, Dylan, if someone's on the fence about working with myself and Excel Mentorship, what would you say to those people?
Just do it. Honestly, it's the best thing I probably did in business. Like I always used to invest in myself, as in like my coaching, how I looked, how I felt, all that sort of shit basically. But I never actually invested in my own business. And everything's changed since. So obviously because my business is doing better, I'm doing better then. So a lot of people will be on the fence, are like, oh sure, I'll just get a coach and he'll help me get in shape and I'll take a few tips from him. But no, it's completely different. Business is completely different to having a normal coach.
Yeah, that's what I always say to coaches. Are like, if you truly believe in coaching, then you should also believe in things like mentorship, because you believe that your clients and you're the solution to their problem, but then they're so hesitant to spend money on a business coach, and it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, so I actually spoke with somebody the other day about this, and they were like, why have you got a coach? Why have you got a mentor? And I was like, well, I'm technically your mentor. I show you what to do and I help you get to where you want to be. And that's essentially what you guys did with me.
Exactly. That's the right attitude, man. That's even with me. Like I've had fitness coach for many years. I've had a business mentor every year for the last 5 years. And again, that's why, not saying I'm top of the world, but
no, but you know your shit.
I move forward, my business is progressing, and that's the sole reason why, Perfect, man. And do you have any thoughts or any things to say to the viewers before we head off, my man?
No, just take that sort of plunge if you're sort of, as you said there, if you are sitting on the fence, which I was when I very first started. As Dara said, I turned you down. But the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it.
Unreal, brother. Smashed it, my man. Delighted for you, bro. And again, here's to another 6 months of progress and getting those 10K runs consistently and getting you off to Spain.
Spain, yeah.